Hello and welcome to this little new project of mine. We're gonna play an undead warrior with the name of Ryanku on the German server Erida. And this Let's Play will be completely in English, so anyone who doesn't understand English won't have as much fun as, the rest of us will have. So, just to be clear, there will be some special conditions during this Let's Play. For starters, what I'm gonna do is I change my add-ons to this specific character and disable my XP bar, so we won't see how many XP we got. The thing is, what I want to do is a story time let's play, so we won't need any account gear, we won't join any groups or dungeons, we will just play the game with blue and green gear, trying to discover the story of the world of Warcraft and not reach level 100. Well, for start, we will reach level 100 sooner or later, but the main goal is to get as much of the story as we can. And we won't join any guild, we won't join any group, we won't join any dungeon, we won't need any of the account gear, so that we have enough time per zone to get into the story, to get invested into our character. And for anyone who doesn't speak German, this channel is purely German and I won't do anything else in English. This is my first English project, and it is a pioneer project to see if someone has is interested in this stuff. And if this pays off, I will slightly increase the numbers of episodes. Right now we will stick with one episode per week, every Sunday 19 o'clock German time, so it's, I believe, European Mean Time +1, Greenwich Mean Time +1. And so if anyone wants to see these episodes, they will be hosted Sundays 19 o'clock. And that's enough of the introduction. Just start with the character. So loading screen, forgot about this one. We will in a teeny tiny bit see the introduction video for the Forsaken. Come on.
Though Lady Sylvanas and her Forsaken finally took vengeance upon their hated enemy, the Lich King, their dark crusade in Northrend proved costly. Betrayed by Grand Apothecary Putrus at the Battle of Wrathgate, the Forsaken's devious plague of death was unleashed upon both the Alliance and the Horde to calamitous effect. Unbeknownst to Sylvanas, Putrus and his demonic ally, Veramathras, had taken control of the Undercity. As a result, the Forsaken were wrongly blamed for the traitor's atrocities. Though the Undercity was eventually retaken, Sylvanas and her followers still bear the weight of Putrus' sins. Mistrusted by the other members of the Horde, the Forsaken must now prove their loyalty to the cause and redeem themselves from their supposed treachery. To this end, Sylvanas has bolstered her defenses within the Tirisfal Glades and readied her undead forces for any contingency. As one of the Forsaken, you must use your cunning and viciousness to slay any who would pose a threat to Sylvanas' rule, be they human, undead, or otherwise.
So, now for starters I just need to adjust the add-ons a tiny bit, because loading up a new character always messes them up for a little bit. So I just need to choose the correct profile for every add-on, and then we can start with this little project, this little stunt. So, just a moment. Should be fine now. Can I just what was the combination? Shift click? Yeah, shift click always helps. Minimap button. I want to show the minimap button. And the chat window is to go down here. So, that's it. And now we can start with the quests. We got a little bit of story in the beginning. We are playing the Cataclysm campaign. So, the Lich King is already dead, Arthas is dead, and Sylvanas just recruited the Valkyr of the Lich King, who are now raising new undead for her to bolster her forces. And we are one of these undead, just trying to, well, make a living and just, yeah, see what Agatha has to say to us. Ryanko. Rise, Ryanko. Welcome back to the realm of the living. With the blessing and power of the Dark Lady, I have freed you from death's grip. You are no slave, Ryanko. You are free to follow whatever path you choose from here. If you choose to serve the Dark Lady, Sylvanas, I recommend you speak with Undertaker Mordo. You will find him behind me in the graveyard. So, now we can start our little quest. We got mostly white stuff, so nothing special. As I already said, no account gear. We just see what happens on the way. Undertaker Mordo.
Hello.
Hello there. You must be Ryanko? I am pleased to see that you are up and walking around, Ryanko. You've held up nicely, especially after being dead for so long. Others weren't as lucky. If you wouldn't mind, I need you to fetch my embalming fluid and some twine to stitch up these bodies. You'll find both in the Shadow Grave, the building just behind me. Here, Darnell will join you. He knows the way.
Beware the living.
So we got Darnell,
What would you ask of death?
who is an NPC, and we just get down here to help this fellow to fetch his stuff, which he's obviously too lazy for to fetch himself. Yeah, it's just down here. And making you Forsaken is our top priority to serve the Dark Lady Sylvanas Windrunner. And, well, with a few clicks we already done this quest. It's rather easy. Just the beginning of our journey. And story-wise journey. So we will talk about the story as soon as it pops up. And we will need to have some background information while we go on. So what I don't want to do is tell you about my life. That's what I do in the German Let's Plays. What I want to do here is make an in-depth story run and try to tell you as much of the story as I know, which is a little bit. You will find the items within the Shadow Grave. I believe I left them on my work table. Exactly what I needed. You'll be an asset to the Forsaken, Ryanko. You know, word has it that you were quite the warrior in your previous life. Perhaps I should assign you to a more exciting task. The Valkyr raise hundreds of corpses every day. Agatha raised you just a few moments ago. Not all are as lucky as you, however. Some maintain their free will, but live in constant fear and confusion. They usually run off onto the woods, covering at their own reflections. Others lose their minds completely, shambling about aimlessly. They often turn to violence and must be destroyed. This is your task, Ryanko. Destroy them, our former brothers and sisters, though they might be.
Farewell.
Yeah. So what we get here is Sylvanas is raising corpses as Forsaken. Yeah, she's becoming a little bit like the Lich King, like Arthas. She doesn't ask any of these corpses if they want to be risen, if they want to be Forsaken. They just get risen, they get back to life, and maintain their free will but some of them aren't coping as well as others. So let's see what Caretaker Case has to say about this.
What do you require?
King, peasant or warrior, I don't care what you were before. I just need somebody with a working tongue. Being raised from the dead is strenuous. Not everyone copes with it as well as you did. In particular, there are 3 newly raised undead who are having trouble coping right now. I want you to find them and talk to them. It might be that they just need someone that they can relate with. You'll find them in here, in the graveyard.
Watch your
Yes,
back.
so right now we're just gonna kill these mindless zombies. Rather, yeah, boring task, and I forgot to turn on auto loot. I always do that. Yeah. Shame it doesn't simply stick to every character I create. Always have to turn it on again. Who doesn't use auto loot? Yeah. Simply while leveling. So, these are all risen. They're corpses. Sylvanas let her Valkyrie dig up and raise them back. So, here are some rather peculiar undead. First we have Marshal Redpath, Lillian Voss, and lastly Waldred Moray. We will cope with Lillian Voss as the last one because she has some interesting story developments later on. And Marshal Redpath, the name Redpath rings a bell, but right now I cannot recollect what it does. Stand back, monster! You want to fight? Because I'll fight you. I'll fight any one of you creatures. Do you hear me? I'm not here to fight. I've only been asked to speak with you. Oh, really? Fine. I don't want to join you and your Forsaken. Maybe I'll start my own Forsaken. Maybe I'll invent Forsaken with elbows. You are free to do whatever you like.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Who are you calling a monster? You're the monster. I'm just a man who died. Right on that part. Oh. So, now we will speak to Waldred Moray, whose name doesn't ring any bells. So just sit back and relax.
What is it?
What? What's going on? Who are you? What happened to me? Don't you remember? You died. I died? Yes. Yes, you're right. I died. It was an orc. He cut off my hands and left me to die. Waldred looks down at his hands. These aren't my hands! These aren't my hands! Calm down, Waldred. Undertaker Mordor probably sewed some new ones on for you. Waldred looks back down at his hands. I suppose this is my fate then. Ha! Part of an undead army. Somehow I never considered that I might end up fighting for the Forsaken. He looks back up at you. What do I do now? You talk to Undertaker Mordor. He'll tell you what to do. That's all I know.
Victory for Sylvanas.
I see. Well then, let's go to work, Rianko. The Dark Lady needs us. Right. Yeah, the Dark Lady indeed needs us. Because, yeah, that kind of grunt work is certainly below her. And Lillian Voss. Get away from me, you abomination! I am not an abomination. I am simply undead. I just wanted to speak with you. The undead are a taint upon Azeroth. Every one of you creatures deserves to be destroyed. Lillian, do you realize that you are undead yourself?
Remember, patience.
No, you're lying. My father will protect me. So, now Lillian runs off. We did our task, our job's done, and questing in this area in Death Knell and later on in Tearsfall Glades will let us revisit her from time to time and see how she's coping with her new, well, situation. So let's speak with Caretaker Case again.
And you are...
You've done well, warrior, as you can see. not all of us have resigned to our fates. I'm glad to see that you are at least willing to work. Waldred will be a valuable asset to the Forsaken. As for the other two, there is not much we can do. We cannot force them to join us. Darnell tells me that the two of you have already met. That's good, because I'm sending you both into Death Knell. Your work is done here. Speak with Death Guard Sultan in Death Knell to the north. He will tell you more of what you must know.
Trust no one.
So, next one, Undertaker Mordo. Not even the power of the Valkyr was enough to save these creatures. They were doomed from the beginning. I have obtained some equipment for you, Urianko. It's not much, but it will help. Please, take your pick.
Beware the living.
So, battered cloak. Looks green. Yeah, I'm looking rather green. Like a frog. A leaf frog. Nice. Yes. So, Lillian Voss is gonna be, yeah, a little bit of a red thread through this whole area. And, yeah, Death Knell is the old starting point of the Forsaken. With the Cataclysm remap, some of this stuff changed and got updated, like the stuff with the Lich King, the intro cinematic changed. It all kind of got, yeah, up to date. Those Valkyr have been really busy resurrecting you newbies lately. I've already seen a couple dozen new bodies run down that hill since this morning. You, however, are the most promising warrior I've seen today.
Farewell.
We've been shipping in dead bodies from Silverpine, Hillspread, hell, anywhere we can get them from. We can't, however, afford to ignore the bodies which are sitting right on our front doorstep. The last vestiges of the Scarlet Crusade roam here in Tirisful Glades. While we've managed to push them from Death Knell, several of their bodies live in the buildings to the north and east. Go, find them, and bring that Darnell fellow with you. He looks strong enough to carry a few corpses.
Embrace
So,
the shadow.
Darnell's gonna be our, well, yeah, grunt. The grunt for the grunt workers. Not a nice job. Shadow Priest Sarvis. If you're going to be an asset to the Forsaken, you need to learn how to fight. And there's no better target than the Scourge minions that continue to pester us. The wretched ghouls and rattlecage skeletons that roam the north and to the east are former troopers of the fallen Scourge. They should prove to be an even match for a fledgling warrior like you. Do not tarry. When you are done, speak to me again.
Beware
So,
the living.
what we're seeing here is a little bit of a leftover Scourge. We already talked about the fallen Scourge. Arthas is dead. The new jailer of the damned is Bolvar Fordragon, who is a former Alliance guy, standing in the throne room protecting little Anduin Rin. And he's the new mastermind behind the Scourge. He wants to keep them in check. Looks like he is doing a rather meh job. He's doing a mad job. So now we got the leftovers to clean up, because no one wants some ghouls in their front garden. Yeah, I believe no one wants that, except maybe sunflowers and other stuff. So, getting corpses, I believe, to raise them again, because never let a good corpse get wasted. Yeah, Forsaken are very pragmatic in everything they do. So everything gets back to life again, even if it won't be for long. So, 2 corpses left to collect. The Scarlet Crusade roamed Tirisful Glades for a very long time during Classic to Wrath of the Lich King. They always pester the undead. They're kind of the Al-Qaeda the Al-Qaeda paladins. They want to disrupt the undead. They want to kill the undead. They're kind of racist against undead. Great work, Ryanku. I knew you weren't useless. Here, take one of these. We Death Guards have piles of these things just sitting around. That's nice.
Beware.
some new
Our enemies
equipment
abound.
to equip. Yeah, equipment is going to be equipped. That is an tautology. So, Shadow Priest Sarvis, what has he to say?
Listening.
You're growing in strength, Irianku. I've seen your type before. You will be moving out of Death Knell and on to greater things before long. Just make sure you don't lose sight of where you started. You have much to accomplish, warrior.
Our time
Yeah,
will come.
reaching level 3 is something I wanted to accomplish anyway. So, we learned Charge and got another quest. Ah, while you were off dealing with the Mindless Scourge, this scroll arrived for you. I wouldn't think it's some matter of importance, as it seems it bears the seal of the warrior trainer Danal. I would take some time to read it before heading out.
Goodbye.
And we got Novice Elreth.
I haven't
Early
found
on,
out
I
yet.
saw a young Forsaken woman running towards the old inn. She was screaming for her life, pleading to be taken back home. Not all of us are as resolute as others, Rianko. Even so, we must accept our fate as undead, if we are to rise up against those that would put us down. Take my hand, Mirror, and show it to the young woman. She needs to see what she really is and join us in our cause. Besides, we can use all the bodies that we can get.
Embrace
As
the
I said
shadow.
before, very, very pragmatic. So, this is gonna be it for today. The episode length will range from 15 to 30 minutes as it goes on. I don't know how much time I get every week, so we will make it up on the fly. So at the minimum we'll get 15 minutes, at the most we get 30 minutes. Yeah, mostly it will be between 22 and 25 minutes per episode. As I said before, it will air Sundays, 19 o'clock. I hope I don't have this much of an accent. I always hate people with this, strong German accent. I hope I don't have this strong German accent. This is gonna be an exercise for me because I'm gonna be a teacher, an English teacher. So I need to learn to speak English in front of people. I need to train my English again, because it has been some time since I really had to speak English fluently. So I'm getting used to it, and I hope you will help me along the way. Correct me if I say something wrong. And hopefully you'll stick with me through this little story quest of mine. So that's all I got to say. We see each other in the next episode, or we don't. It's your choice. Bye bye for now.